I convey my thanks to Dr. Khelappa especially for organizing this event, because I had left it entirely on him to organize. He, along with Dr. Nerli and Dr. Shimpa Sharma, they have organized the event. So I convey my sincere thanks to them, and thanks to all the faculty members for being around here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Dr. Shimpa Sharma ma'am, Director IQAC, to deliver a short introduction to our today's chief guest.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sharma, chief guest of today's function, Lieutenant General Bhupesh K. Goyel, dignitaries on the dais, faculty and students. At the outset, I will apologize. It's not going to be a short introduction because his CV is so long that even trying to shorten it, it's still going to be a pretty long introduction. So please bear with me. Lieutenant General Bhupesh K. Goyel, AVSM, VSM. He presently holds the office of the Director General, Organization and Personnel for the Armed Forces Medical Services at New Delhi, and is responsible for managing all human resource issues of the entire Armed Forces Medical Services. In addition, he also heads the team that is responsible for review and restructuring of the organization. It sounds very impressive. He started at a very young age being impressive. His accolades began when he stood first in the Haryana State Board in Standard 10, then stood first at the Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak the following year in Standard 11, ranked second in Standard 12 at the same university. He holds a record at Pune University and AFMS Pune, which I still don't think has been beaten all these years. He stood first in all the 3 professional MBBS examinations. Along with, he garnered distinctions in 11 out of the total 13 university subjects in which he gave his exams. That is a feat that is a little difficult to kind of pass. He was awarded the Best Outgoing Student, the Kalinga Trophy. He also received the President's Gold Medal for being not the best academic student, but the best all-round student of his batch. So that talks about good balance. His academic brilliance did not stop here. He topped the grading examinations in OBGY at AFMC in 1982. Grading exams are like their MD exams, for which he received the KG Master Silver Medal. He went on to acquire his DNB. Later, he completed his fellowship in gynecological oncology from Tata Memorial Hospital, Mumbai, and then received basic certification training from Intuitive Technologies at the Amrita Institute of Medical Sciences, Kochi, and became a robotic surgeon. He has been a passionate undergraduate and postgraduate teacher at the teaching hospitals of the Army, having qualified the NMC-mandated BCME, BCPR, and other courses that we all have to go through. He's a recognized medical teacher in 4 universities, and an examiner in 5 different universities, including the Diplomate of National Board and MUHS. A keen researcher, he has conducted 11 research projects, has 26 national and international publications, and has authored 5 chapters in various books. He's a popular and a very respected resource person at major conferences and CMEs, having delivered several orations and keynote addresses. General Goyel has over 35 years of routine and highly specialized clinical experience. He is trained to perform conventional, laparoscopic, hysteroscopic, and robotic surgery. He pioneered the introduction of robotic surgery in gynecology in the armed forces in 2017. An empathetic and compassionate clinician, he is also an able administrator. He has headed the departments of gynae at 2 command hospitals in Kolkata as well as Chandi Mandir, and the Army Hospital R&R at New Delhi. He was heading a 590-bedded zonal hospital at Bagdogra, West Bengal during the time of COVID, which he efficiently managed by setting up an entirely extra ad hoc hospital on site, some distance away from the main hospital. He served as Deputy Commandant and then Commandant at the Command Hospital of the Southern Command in Pune, the affiliated 1,082-bedded teaching hospital of AFMC Pune. This hospital became the first hospital of the Indian Army to achieve national quality assurance standards compliance, and the first Army hospital to establish early intervention center, both feats under his command. He has also served as Major General Medical at the headquarters of the Delhi area, ensuring provisions of comprehensive medical care for Indian Army units in that region. He has supervised the Army College of Medical Sciences, Delhi Cant, as well as its affiliated hospital and their functioning. His list of awards, decorations, and recognitions is long. I will limit myself to mentioning only a few. He was awarded the Ati Vishisht Seva Medal by the President of India on the 26th of January last year for rendering exceptionally distinguished service while commanding the Command Hospital, Pune. He was awarded the Vishisht Seva Medal by the President of India on the 26th of January 2011 for exceptional service to cancer patients at the Army Hospital RNR Delhi Cant over a period of 4 years. Under his command, I have already mentioned that the Southern Command Hospital, Pune, achieved great heights. It was also awarded the Raksha Mantri Trophy in 2022 and the Chief of Army Staff Unit Appreciation in the year 2024. Before that, the 158 Base Hospital, Padogra, West Bengal, received the Sikkim Governor's Unit Appreciation and the Army Commander Eastern Command Unit Appreciation in 2021, again under his command. The video that was shown in the morning had a beautiful caption which said multifaceted, multi-talented personality. And that is really true. An avid birder, General Goyel has traveled across our country as well as to countries like Indonesia, Vietnam, Burma, Nepal, and Sri Lanka for sighting rare birds. In India, he has clocked 1,125 of the 1,371 species that are there in India, which is an amazing 82% mark, so distinction here to General Goyel. Most recently, his team made headlines across all media for rediscovering a bird that was thought extinct in our country since 1977. The long-lost long-billed whoosh bobbler in Kargil area of Ladakh was identified by his team. His fondness for heritage structures, their architecture and sculpture, provides him another reason to travel across the country. He's also a passionate cyclist, a talented painter in oil medium, and a photographer. With all his professional achievements, his personal involvements and hobbies, he is still a family man to start with. His wife, Dr. Nonika Goyel, is also a gynecologist, and after serving 12 years with the armed forces, she now manages corporate hospitals. General Goyel's two sons, Siddhant and Sarthak, are alumni from IIT Delhi and the Oxford University, respectively. A proud grandfather of three, General Goyel is proof that with commitment and dedication, it is possible to achieve academic excellence, professional superlativeness, and still achieve a work-life balance. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you our chief guest and main speaker of the day, Lieutenant General Bhupesh K. Goyel, AVSM, VSM.
We request all the dignitaries to take their respective seats off the dais. May I now request Lieutenant General Bhupesh K. Goyel to address the audience and share his expertise on career in Armed Forces Medical Services. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause.
A very, very good afternoon to all of you sitting here in the hall. If I knew that this session was going to be about my promotion the way all the speakers before me and especially Dr. Shimpa Sharma have done, I would have avoided this session altogether, even at the cost of my service. I didn't mean to, bombard you with you all with whatever has been said about me. All that I can tell you is that I've had an extremely humble life all along. The reason why I've come to talk to you all is that I can clearly identify with all of you. And before I go on that note, I want to tell you all that there are a number of things in life which get me going, which tend to bring out the best in me. But the one thing which everybody who knows me, they would tell one and all, the one thing that brings out the best of best in me is being face to face with students. Because when I'm talking to students, when I'm interacting with them, when I'm trying to teach them something or the other about the subject of life, they would invariably have some questions that they'll raise to me. A number of those questions are the ones where I know the answer, but some of them will be such where I don't know the answer. So I candidly admit कि इसका तो जवाब मुझे नहीं आता, but I will search and come back to you. And I always searched and came back with answers to my students. And I attribute whatever I have learned in my life to the amount that I have tried to teach to my children. And the questions that I have elicited from them are the ones which actually expose the missing links in my knowledge to me. And I was able to fill that gap. And then my chain of thought on that subject became complete. So that's why, और मुझे क्या है, मेरे बच्चे भी समझते हैं कि एक चीज़ के मामले में डैडी ठीक हैं, कहते हैं डैडी को पढ़ाना आता है. So as a result, when my elder son was preparing for his IIT exam, तो उसका फिजिक्स में जो IIT के लिए सब्जेक्ट सिलेबस था, उसमें एक चैप्टर ऐसा था जो 12th के सिलेबस में था, बोर्ड के एग्जाम में देना था, उधर नहीं था. इट वॉज समथिंग टू डू विद रेडियो फिजिक्स और समथिंग. कहता डैड आई हैव नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड दिस फॉर माई IIT प्रिपरेशन, यू रीड अप दिस चैप्टर एंड देन एक्सप्लेन टू मी. So something like that. So because जो भी मैं सीखता हूँ उसको God has given me the knack कि उसको मैं आगे वाले को सिखा सकता हूँ. So teaching has been my passion, and that's why the students, when I have my students around me, I keep repeating whatever I've learned. सामने वाले को भी कुछ फायदा होता है, लेकिन मेरा रिवाइज हो जाता है. So anyway, what I was trying to say was that I can identify with most of you who, like me, came from humble beginnings. But अगर दिल से जो भी काम कर रहे हो करते रहोगे, there's always a possibility of a great amount of growth. Abhi I'm sure all of you, a number of you are nursing students here, a number of you are medical students here, number of you sitting here are doing post-graduation, and a number of course, esteemed teachers. हम क्या चाहते हैं? Why do we take up medicine? Why did we take up nursing? Essentially, अगर हम अपने आप से पूछें कि हमने क्यों फैसला किया कि हम डॉक्टर बनना चाहते हैं? So I think the one thing that will be a uniform part of the answer will be that we want to make a living for ourselves. We want to gain some such qualification which will make us stand on our own feet. Number one thing is that you just want to get a career for yourself. Needless to say that career तो आप engineering करके भी किसी भी और field में बना सकते थे. I'm sure majority of you have got that feeling of service in your hearts कि मैंने मरीजों की देखभाल करनी है और उसी से ही आपको अपने इष्ट तक पहुंचना है. Through that service of patience, you want to reach your gods. So I can understand that these are the two dominant reasons why you would be taking up the profession of medicine. Now, after you become a doctor or after you become a nurse, what is it that you're looking for? You're looking for growth in your profession. अगर आप आज MBBS डॉक्टर हो, कल PG, फिर super speciality, फिर further fellowships, you are looking for those kind of growths. Similarly, you are looking for a growth in your stature. अगर आप एक medical college में घुसे as a senior resident, you want to become an assistant professor, associate professor, professor, head of the department, dean, vice chancellor, and so on, right? At the same time, I'm sure you also look at, starting your family life, having children, growing as a family, and things like that. So these are multiple goals which a young person at your stage would have. Exactly the same goals I had in my life. And what I realized is that in 1986, when I had the option of joining uniform service or joining the army versus leaving and joining the civil street, I just somehow took the decision of joining the army. And I just want to tell you that that decision has helped me serve all these three goals that all of you have about your life sitting here. I grew in profession, as has been exhaustively said by Dr. Shimpa Sharma, that I've grown professionally from a young intern to a medical officer to a specialist, super specialist, and so on. I've grown in my career from lieutenant to major, captain major, and so on. And I've had a beautiful family. I could raise a beautiful family alongside. My job in the army allowed me a perfect work-life balance, and this was my way of telling everybody. I didn't want my family to call me when I'm at work. I used to get disturbed and irritated. Similarly, when I was at home, I didn't want work to unnecessarily disturb me unless it was really required. So that kind of a work-life balance was eminently possible in the armed forces. And today, at the end of 39 years in the army, if somebody asks me that, are you happy with your decision? मैं उनको यही बताता हूँ कि I don't believe in पुनर्जन्म, लेकिन अगर दोबारा जन्म होगा, तब भी डॉक्टर बनूंगा और फौज की वर्दी पहनूंगा. That's the kind of feeling I have. So friends, why we in the armed forces have decided to reach out to various medical colleges is this, that we have realized that of the 1.5 lakh doctors that are being produced in the country every year, many of them are going to go into service, some kind of a service, and many of them, or shall I say majority of them, don't know that armed forces is a very good career option also. I never say that to my students like you in different medical colleges that we speak to, that armed forces is the best career option. अगर आप अपने गांव से आए हैं MBBS करने कोल्हापुर में और आपके दिल में ऐसा ख्याल है कि मैं अपने गांव में जाके एक क्लिनिक चलाऊंगा और अपने इलाके के लोगों का इलाज करूंगा, इट्स अ वंडरफुल थॉट. अगर आपके दिल में ये ख्याल है कि मैं एक स्पेशलिस्ट सुपर स्पेशलिस्ट बन के एक अपना नर्सिंग होम खोलूंगा और खूब पेशेंट्स की सेवा करूंगा और खूब पैसा कमाऊंगा, वो भी ठीक है. अगर आपके दिल में ऐसा ख्याल है कि आप एक मेडिकल कॉलेज, आपके लोकल कोल्हापुर मेडिकल कॉलेज में पढ़ाई करके यहीं प्रोफेसर बनना चाहते हो, दैट्स ऑल्सो राइट. All that I'm trying to say is that when you are thinking of joining any government service, I think a service in the armed forces is second to none. To my mind, it is head and shoulder above all kinds of services. So I have come to tell you all that what service in the AFMS is all about and how it is, how you can go about joining it. What are the benefits you will get if you join AFMS? right? So I have a little PowerPoint presentation on that, and we'll go with that. So it says, protect the protectors. So if you look at the history of Army Medical Corps, it all started almost 260 years ago as a Bengal medical service, and gradually over the years, in 1950, it got reconstituted as the Army Medical Corps. And here, what I want to draw your attention is towards this gentleman who was also part of the Army Medical Service, and is none other than Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, who was part of the Anglo-Boer War in 1899 to 1902. There are a number of luminaries who've been part of the Army Medical Corps, such as the Ronald Ross, the William Boog Leishman, the Lieutenant Colonel Charles Donovan. All of you know the Leishman and the Donovan, isn't it? Colonel A.G. Rangaraj was one of those paratroopers who fought in the Korean War and saved a lot of lives, for which he was awarded the Mahavir Chakra. Our Armed Forces Medical Services personnel have won a lot of distinguished awards before independence as well as after independence. And here, do you know what is the highest peacetime gallantry award? बहादुरी के लिए जो पीस टाइम में बहादुरी के लिए अवार्ड मिलता है, that is Ashok Chakra. And one of the few people who've been awarded Ashok Chakra was Major Laishram Jyotin Singh of Manipur. In 2012, हमारा इंडियन मेडिकल मिशन काबुल में गया था. काबुल में एक यू शेप्ड रहने की जगह थी, बिल्डिंग थी, सिंगल स्टोरीड, जिसके सामने गेट बने हुए थे, और 10 डॉक्टर उसमें अलग अलग कमरों में रहा करते थे. बाहर बहुत ऊंचा गेट थे, संतरी थे. 2 टेररिस्ट आए एम्यूनिशन के साथ लोडेड. उन्होंने गेट के अंदर अपनी गाड़ी मारी, तो उस गाड़ी को मारने से एक टेररिस्ट की वहीं डेथ हो गई. दूसरा टेररिस्ट अपनी ऑटोमेटिक मशीन गन लेके और उसने सब जगह पे बम फेंकने शुरू किए, जिसमें कमरों में आग लग जाए. इंसेंडियरी बॉम्ब्स, कमरों में आग लगाने के लिए उसने बॉम्ब फेंकने शुरू कर दिए. उसके बाद वो हर कमरे में जाके सब डॉक्टर्स को जो भी वहाँ पे थे उनको मारना चाहता था. तो पहले कमरे में जब वो गया, उस कमरे में लाइशराम ज्योतिन सिंह, अ मणिपुरी हु वाज अ फुटबॉलर, अ बॉक्सर एंड अ स्ट्रॉन्ग मैन, वो दरवाजे के पीछे खड़ा हो गया, और जैसे ही टेररिस्ट अंदर गया, उसने उसको पीछे से उसके गले को अपनी बाहों में ऐसा लपेटा कि टेररिस्ट को लगा कि यह मेरी जान ले लेगा अभी. उसने उसको विद अ वाइस लाइक ग्रिप ही हेल्ड हिम लाइक दिस. द टेररिस्ट थॉट ही वाज डाइंग, सो ही एक्टिवेटेड हिज सुसाइड वेस्ट. सुसाइड वेस्ट पहन के चलते हैं ये, साथ में खुद मर गया, गिविंग इंस्टेंट मार्टरडम टू लाइशराम ज्योतिन सिंह. लाइशराम ज्योतिन सिंह sacrificed his life but saved the lives of 9 other doctors who were there. I don't think there is a parallel like this in the history of such valor, such bravery, such sacrifice. So he was very rightfully awarded the Ashok Chakra for this act of his. So I just want to tell you that in the Armed Forces Medical Services, we've got a large number of hospitals. Ours is a very, very structured, tiered organization. We have a number of military hospitals. We have a number of field hospitals. Field hospitals are located in forward areas of the country, क्योंकि forward areas के अंदर combat होगा, लड़ाई होगा, कभी भी जब लड़ाई होगा, तो वहाँ पे लड़ाई के दौरान medical support देने के लिए these field hospitals have been created. We have Air Force and Navy, so likewise we have Air Force and Naval hospitals as well. In our service, we have 8,000 plus medical officers, 700 dental officers, 375 non-technical officers, more than 5,300, and now just last week we got another 881. So that means almost 6,100 nursing officers, almost 60,000 paramedics. So this is the kind of strength that we have. These are the pictures of some of our flagship hospitals. So this Army Hospital RNR is our flagship quaternary care hospital. You have the Northern Command Hospital and the Southern Command Hospital. And this is the hospital that I was commanding for about 2 years. So we have these various hospitals, the pictures of which you can see, the Naval Hospital and the Air Force Hospital. We have a whole lot of these smaller peripheral hospitals or zonal hospitals. This is how our field hospitals look like. Our field hospitals are almost mobile hospitals. अगर यहाँ पे आज वो stationed है, लड़ाई आगे होती है 50 किलोमीटर आगे, they can pack their things and move 50 kilometers ahead and provide combat medical support there. So our job is very clearly defined that we have to provide comprehensive medical care to whom? To all the serving armed forces personnel, retired personnel, and their dependents. In addition, we also provide care to the Coast Guard and paramilitary forces. Needless to say, and I feel very proud, that we have a very state-of-the-art healthcare infrastructure, and we are able to provide state-of-the-art healthcare to our clientele. In the combat, and I was posted in on the Rustam post in Udi Valley. आप लोगों ने Udi strike picture देखी होगी ना, Udi strike, जिसमें वो क्या बोलता है, how's the Josh, ऐसा उसी में है ना शायद, how's the Josh, etc. So I was posted in Udi for about 2.5 years in 1988, and we were eyeball to eyeball with the enemy. मतलब हम यहाँ पे इस तरफ होते थे पहाड़ पे, सामने नाला, पीछे दूसरी तरफ उनका पहाड़ होता था, और उनकी मशीन गन्स होती थी, और कभी-कभी वो ऐसे ही फायर करते थे, तो हम सडनली डक करते थे कि जैसे बुलेट की आवाज़ आ रही होती थी. So that kind of a thing. So we provide this combat medical support to our soldiers. We are specialized in evacuating our casualties from difficult situations, from mountains to the deserts, and saving lives at sea as well as in the air. We are the first ones to be called whenever there is any disaster. चाहे वो देश में हो चाहे विदेश में हो. देश में भी अभी जब भी ये फ्लड आते हैं या भूकंप आता है तो सबसे पहले आर्मी मेडिकल कोर तैनात हो जाती है. अभी पीछे बर्मा में, म्यांमार के अंदर भूकंप आया था, आप सब ने इस बारे में सुना होगा. तो सबसे पहले हमारी 60 पैरा फील्ड हॉस्पिटल के टीम 118 लोग वहाँ जाके, उन्होंने 2 हफ्ते वहाँ रहे, 375 ऑपरेशन करके आए. वो दिन रात ऑपरेशन कर रहे थे, and they saved a lot of life and limb during that relief operation. So we, of course, were exemplary in serving the nation during COVID, and we are never shy of reaching the most hardest of terrains. We have even gone across the borders, as I just said. We provide, we have our armed forces medical services have the facility to provide undergraduate, postgraduate, super specialty, as well as PhD kind of an education. So we offer all these courses, MBBS, MD, DM, MCH, as well as PhD. This is my alma mater, AFMC. I don't know if any of you have been to Pune and seen this main building of Pune, AFMC. This is a very impressive building of 1955 vintage. So we lay a lot of emphasis on quality of training, just as you all do. I was really, really impressed. हम लोग जब अपने इलाके में होते हैं ना, हमें लगता है हम ही अच्छा कर रहे हैं, बाकी पता नहीं क्या कर रहे हैं. जब आप अपने इलाके से निकलो और बाहर आके देखो तो आपको लगता है कि अरे बाहर वाले तो आपसे भी अच्छा कर रहे हैं. आज मेरे को डॉक्टर आर.के. शर्मा सर ने चीफ गेस्ट के लिए बुलाया, तो मैं सोच रहा था कि मैं अपनी थॉट्स कोल्हापुर के लोगों को दे के जाऊँगा. मेरी अपनी थॉट्स तो नीचे ही हैं, मैं बहुत कुछ लेके जा रहा हूँ. There's so much to learn. Every time you come out, there's so much to learn. So we have a number of institutions like in Delhi, Calcutta, Chandimandir, Bangalore, Lucknow, and Calcutta, where we conduct postgraduate courses. There's a lot of emphasis on research. आपको अभी पीछे शायद आपने अखबार में पढ़ा भी होगा, देखा होगा in Nandurbar. Nandurbar is an area which is endemic with sickle cell anemia. तो वहाँ पे हमारे Colonel Uday, he was my undergraduate student when I was faculty at AFMC. He has conducted about 3 years of long research and has found ways and means how to mitigate the crisis of sickle cell anemia in those areas. And he was called by the Rashtrapati on 15th August for at home. So that is the kind of research that is possible if you have it in you. A lot of CMEs and so on. A lot of MOUs we have, like you all have MOUs with various institutions. We too have MOUs with various institutions. We have a Center for Computational Medicine. More than that, talking about life in uniform, there is professional progression, as I've just mentioned. Somebody like me could become a super specialist from just an intern. So it's a very fulfilling journey throughout. And more importantly, our life is not just one-faceted or unifaceted. It is truly multifaceted. There are so many things that you can do while you are in the army. This is Dr. Sanjeev Malik, or Lieutenant Colonel Sanjeev Malik, who participated in World Medicine and Health Games and won 5 medals. And this year also, it was held in Europe, and he and another nursing officer won about 11 medals in all. So we get opportunity to travel. We have a lot of missions abroad. We get to see the world like this. We can be part of the peacekeeping missions. And needless to say, there are equal opportunities for all. We have, in fact, हमारे male doctors समझते हैं that there is no gender bias. There is gender bias, but that is in favor of women. That is what they feel in the army. So they complain, not the women. You'll be happy to know that in our Armed Forces Medical Services, we have top 4 positions. And today, out of those top 4 positions, the 3 positions are occupied by lady officers, I think. And our Director General AFMS, Armed Forces Medical Services, is Surgeon Vice Admiral Aarti Sareen. And she's the first lady to become the Director DG AFMS of the Armed Forces. Yeah. So this is the DG AFMS. And I've just said that there's an excellent family life. आप लोगों में से कुछ लोगों ने कभी मिलिट्री कैंटोनमेंट देखी है क्या? मिलिट्री छावनी, मिलिट्री कैंटोनमेंट. Some of you might have seen a military cantonment. अगर जहाँ पे मिलिट्री कैंटोनमेंट है उसके आसपास दूसरा शहर रहेगा. If you just compare, there's a world of difference between the military cantonment and the city around. अंदर साफ सुथरा रहेगा, खुला रहेगा, वहाँ की आबो हवा ही अलग रहेगी. अगर बाहर गर्मी है, बाहर का टेम्परेचर 38 चल रहा है, तो जैसे ही कैंट में आओगे तो 33 हो जाएगा. Things like that. It is a very clean life. The air is far cleaner. दिल्ली में AQI की बात होती है, बाहर AQI 450 रहेगा तो दिल्ली कैंट के अंदर वो 150 होगा. Things like that. So it's a beautiful life. You have lovely quarters. We have secure, green, clean cantonments, family quarters during field postings. We have lots of games के लिए infrastructure. For sports and games, there's a wonderful infrastructure available in all cantonments. अगर आपको बैडमिंटन खेलना अच्छा लगता है, या आपको टेनिस खेलना अच्छा लगता है, या आपको स्विमिंग अच्छा लगता है, हर चीज़ का फैसिलिटी आपको मिलेगा उधर. पे एंड अलाउंसेस जो ये 1.3 लाख लिखा है, अभी ये थिंग ऑफ येस्टरडे हो गया. आज की तारीख में व्हेन यू स्टार्ट अ करियर विद अस, इट इज़ 1.5 lakh per month. And in addition to that 1.5 lakh per month, you get house rent allowance, you get high altitude allowance, counterinsurgency allowance, and so many other allowances to over and above 1.5 lakhs. You also have free rations. I don't know how many of you will even probably understand कि आप मान लीजिए ज्वाइन करते हो, ज्वाइन करने के बाद आपकी पोस्टिंग मान लीजिए बेलगाम आ जाती है, ठीक है? तो बेलगाम में वहाँ पे आपके रहने के लिए जगह होगी, विच विल बी नियरली फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. और वहाँ पे जहाँ ऑफिसर्स मेस होगी, जहाँ आप खाना खाएंगे, तो उस खाने का आपने 1 महीने के खाने का शायद बिल आएगा 300 रुपये, 1 महीने के खाने का, क्योंकि वो राशन आपका फ्री है. उसके अलावा वो कभी कोई गरम मसाला बाज़ार से ख़रीद लाया तो उसका 300 रुपया होगा. So what I mean to say is that free rations, ये आपका जो 1.5 lakh है वो तो preserved ही रह जाता है, वो intact ही रहता है. So there's free medical treatment for self and dependents. There is a life insurance, canteen facilities. आप canteen का तो नाम सबने सुना होगा. Canteen से grocery भी लेते हैं लोग, लेकिन ज़्यादा किस लिए? वो भी सब सस्ता मिलता है. So you get, and the reason why I have stuck to army and I did not leave like Dr. R.K. Sharma midway, 80 दिन का छुट्टी मिलता है एक साल में, 80 days. और उसके साथ आप सैटरडे संडे जोड़ लीजिए तो कम से कम 90-100 दिन का छुट्टी हो जाता है, फुल्ली पेड. आप देख लीजिए साल में 12 महीने, उसमें से 3 महीना आपको छुट्टी मिल रही है फुल्ली पेड. So I think that is one big advantage. But the biggest advantage is in probably another slide which I'll tell you. Of course, encashment of leave and free travel to home station and so on. So to my mind, the biggest advantage actually, you know क्या है? Which I'm getting close to that biggest advantage in life. Biggest advantage है कि मैंने 39 साल नौकरी किया, मुझे तनख्वाह मिली. अभी अगर बाई चांस खुदा ना खास्ता मैं 39 साल और जिंदा रह गया, तो फिर भी मैं आज की तारीख में, मैं अगर रिटायर होता हूं तो 2 लाख रुपए पेंशन मिलेगी बिना कुछ काम किए. So that is the best part of this service, that when you retire from this service, बाकी सब जगह पे अभी पेंशन सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट्स में भी contributory हो गई है अभी in the new pension scheme, except in the armed forces. In the armed forces you yet get the pension the same way. So today if I retire, I get a pension of almost 2 lakhs a month. Just imagine, I think that's a very, very significant amount. मैं अगर मेरे पास अपना घर हो तो मैं 50,000 रुपए से ज़्यादा किसी भी तरीके से खर्च नहीं कर सकता हूँ अगर मैं ब्लू लेबल पे रोज शौक नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ तो. Which I don't. I'm a non-drinker. So no bad habits with me. So other than photography, so I spend my money on buying cameras. So there are enormous benefits of service in the AFMS, serve the nation and humanity, professional satisfaction and career progression, structured training, adventurous life, stable family life and safe environment, supportive services, practice ethical medicine. That's another very important thing, that you get to practice ethical medicine. आज की तारीख में अगर आप किसी corporate hospital में हो, तो आपको ये भी pressure रहता है that you have to generate revenue. So you will be asking for some investigation which are not required. दूसरा ये भी pressure रहता है कि अगर इस patient को मैंने अभी बोला कि अभी तुम surgery नहीं चाहिए, वो किसी दूसरी जगह जाके वो surgery करा लेगा. और उसको अगर surgery चाहिए तो आप उसको urgent इतनी नहीं है कि उसकी आज ही होनी है, लेकिन आप बोलोगे आज ही करा लो नहीं तो फैल जाएगा कैंसर. Things like that. So you know, दिल में तो बुरा लगता है ना कि we are creating a situation which is not existing. So you get to practice ethical medicine now. I get so many referrals from people who are not my dependents. किसी की पहचान से मेरे को phone आता है कि हमें ऐसा बताया गया, should I do this or should I not do this? Because they know that the advice जो मेरे से मिलेगी, that will be unbiased. That will be pure scientific advice. So that I feel is a great satisfaction that you are able to practice ethical medicine. So why choose AFMS? Starting salary is higher. Daily living expenses are much lower because of the rations and the mess. Status is unparalleled. आज की तारीख में वर्दी पहन के आप कहीं भी चले जाओ, लोग इज्जत से देखते हैं. That is what. किसी भी आप टोल नाके पे आप हो, जहाँ पे आपका 170 रुपया टोल लगना है, 135 लगना है, आप आई कार्ड निकाल के दिखाइए, आपको वो स्माइल भी करेगा टोल वाला और आपको फ्री में भी जाने देगा. So it's an unparalleled status. There's a lot of job security, and there's an opportunity to acquire qualifications and skills. And to my mind, quality of life in the armed forces is second to none. So how do we go about joining? Now the next question is that how do we join AFMS? So from the last, I'm head of this recruitment process. So we just conducted a recruitment cycle in the month of June, July, and now we are advertising for the next recruitment cycle for this year for 225 seats, starting from 13th September to 3rd October. 13th September to 3rd October, हमारी next recruitment cycle चालू होगी. And all of those who will be interested, you can do an online registration at a site which will show you join.afms.gov.in. Join.afms, www.join.afms. तो वहाँ आप जाएंगे, 200 रुपये आपकी enrollment fee है, and then you just join it. So who can join? You have to have an MBBS degree, you have to be under 30 years of age, or if you are an MBBS doctor, and under 35 years of age if you are a PG, and degree must be recognized by the National Board of Examinations or National Medical Commission. Qualification registered with the state councils, should be physically and fit and mentally sound. So I think all of you are fit into these criteria, so all of you can join whenever you think about it. We do recruitment twice a year. So this site, join.afms.gov.in. So I think it's as simple as that. You just fill up the form and pay the application fee of just 200 rupees. We'll send you a call letter for the interview. After the interview, you'll have medicals. I just want to tell you that you'll all be recruited as short service commissioned officers. Short service commissioned officer. शॉर्ट सर्विस कमीशन ऑफिसर का क्या रहता है, आपको 5 साल के लिए कमीशन मिलेगा, उसके बाद अगर आप चाहेंगे तो 5 साल के लिए और एक्सटेंड हो जाएगा, और उसके बाद चाहेंगे तो 4 साल के लिए और एक्सटेंड हो जाएगा. पहले 5 साल में ही अगर आपको लगने लगता है कि आर्मी की लाइफ तो बड़ी अच्छी है, एंड यू वांट टू लाइक मी स्पेंड द एंटायर लाइफ इनटू इट, you get 3 chances to get permanent commission, and there is a very, very good chance that if you opt to take permanent commission, that you will get it also. So that is what it is, and you can leave after the first 5 years whenever you want to leave, right? So that is now during short service commission, पहले लोग पूछते थे कि आपको PG करने का मौका मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा. That's a very big consideration for all of you. So I just want to tell you that just as for permanent commission doctors, उनको भी पहले 4 साल की सर्विस पूरा होने के बाद PG के लिए 3 चांस मिलते हैं. इसी तरीके से शॉर्ट सर्विस कमीशन ऑफिसर्स को भी 4 साल के बाद 3 चांसेस PG के लिए वैसे ही मिलेंगे. सो देयर इज नो डिफरेंस, एंड यू विल बी एबल टू गेट योर PG ऑफ चॉइस. फौज के अंदर हमारे यहाँ 800 कैंडिडेट अपीयर होते हैं PG एग्जाम के लिए, और करीब 250 सीट होती हैं. तो उतने मतलब सिविल में तो कंपटीशन इससे बहुत ज़्यादा होगा शायद. So there's a good chance that you'll get to do your PG in the armed forces. So जब हम आपको शॉर्ट सर्विस कमीशन के लिए सिलेक्ट करते हैं, so your selection is based on your NEET PG entrance score. We expect that every MBBS doctor has appeared for the immediate NEET PG exam, तो उसके स्कोर के हिसाब से हम लेते हैं. So I remember the last candidate who was called for the interview had a NEET PG percentile of 28 percentile. So what I mean to say is that almost everybody can get in if you try to get into our AFMS. So obviously then based on the interview marks, which is of 50 marks, and the NEET PG score, which is of 200, the NEET PG score is 200, out of 250 we may draw up a merit and we call candidates for joining. So I have already sent joining letters out of 400 seats that were there for the last batch. For 325 candidates, we have sent the appointment letter, and large numbers are joining. Large numbers are joining because I think they do see that there is definitely a good life ahead. This is short service commission, 5 years. You can continue as a short service commission 5 years, 10 years, and 14 years, and you can take chances for permanent commission. So what are you waiting for? The nation beckons. Do yourself and your family proud. Join the AFMS. So, friends, this is why we feel that this was the felt need of the AFMS to reach out to various medical colleges and speak to them that AFMS is indeed an excellent career option. An excellent career option. If you're thinking of joining any other service, please join AFMS. You will be very, very satisfied if you do so. Similarly, I can see that there are some nursing students. Are there some nursing students here? Or any nursing students? Yeah, some of them are there. I just want to tell you that initially we were thinking of taking out advertisement for 100 seats, 100 vacancies, but we have just received 880 more out over 4 years, so another 220. So we'll take out advertisement for 320 vacancies in nursing service. And nursing service is definitely one of the most lucrative services in Armed Forces Medical Service, because I think even a nurse, her starting salary, I think, is at least 1 lakh, something, or maybe more. So something like that. So please spread the word. It will come out. Keep looking out on that site, same site, join.afms.gov.in, and maybe in about a month or month and a half, you will find an advertisement there. Okay? And then you can join us. We'll be happy to have you all. So if any of you have any questions to ask about any aspects of AFMS or about joining, please feel free to ask. In case you don't have anything to ask, my contact number is available with everybody around here. Please feel free to contact me about any doubts that you may be shy of asking here in public but would like to ask in private.
Someone wants to join after completing post-graduation?
Yes, absolutely, sir. Absolutely. That's a very relevant question, sir. So this time, as I said, we selected 958 candidates for our 400 seats, out of which 147 were PGs, were postgraduates. So मैंने जो अभी initially 199 appointment letters I sent, out of which 42 were PGs. So but they don't have to appear for a new NEET PG exam. उनका जिस NEET PG के basis पे PG में admission हुआ रहेगा, उसी को हम even if that was in marks, we get it from National Board, the entire list of candidates who appeared, and then we can calculate the percentile based on that marks and their rank. उनका rank मान लीजिए 6,000 था, total candidates 1.5 lakh appear हुए, तो we can calculate the percentile. So they don't have to appear for a NEET PG afresh, so they are most welcome to join.
So after completing MD and MS?
How? That's what I'm saying. After completing MD and MS, so that's exactly what I'm saying, that out of 199 appointment letters that I sent, उसमें से 42 वो थे जिन लोगों के पास PG डिग्री था, MD MS डिग्री था already, and we were looking for so many of them. हमें gynecologist की shortage चल रही है. Gynecology is a hard specialty, so we always have shortage. So we've selected so many gynecologists to join us. Yes, sir. So what he says is that आप PG के बाद join करते हो, तो उसका कुछ advantage है क्या MBBS के मुकाबले में? तो आपको PG में आपने 3 years लगाए, right? 3 years में PG होती है, that means 36 months. तो आपको 36 months का एंटीडेट मिल जाता है. एंटीडेट मतलब कि अगर आपने 2026 में ज्वाइन किया जून में, तो हम आपकी सीनियरिटी मानेंगे जून 2023. आप समझ रहे हो? तो नॉर्मली जैसे आप एक कैप्टन से मेजर बनते हो 4 साल की सर्विस के बाद, अगर आपके पास पीजी है तो आप 1 साल के अंदर ही मेजर बन जाओगे. सो दैट इज द एंटीडेट दैट यू गेट. यस यस बेटा. That's it. So yes, you're right. As of today, a physiotherapist like you cannot join the uniform, but we have civilian physiotherapists who are civilians in the defense services. They are called defense civilian employees. So there are a few openings for physiotherapists in defense as defense civilian employees. उसकी notification भी निकलती है. But I'm not aware of that right now because none of those posts have been declared in the recent past. But I can check up for you if there's any such post likely to come out. I'll make a note of it and I'll come back to Sharma sir and he'll tell you, he'll have the message sent across to you. So friends, if there are no other questions, I'd like to, yes. Right. So, as far as the education of children in the uniform is concerned, बहुत स्कूल बदलने पड़ते हैं, ठीक है? हर 2-3 साल में पोस्टिंग हो जाती है और आपके स्कूल बार-बार बदलते रहते हैं. So, when my children got into any job interviews, तो उनसे पूछा जाता था कि speak about yourself. So the first thing, their opening sentence was always that born to parents who were both army doctors, I got to roam around a lot and learn to adjust to changing environments. So there are a lot of premium army public schools. They are part of Army Welfare Education Society, army public schools and Kendriya Vidyalayas, plus some premium schools which are there in the station. But our education in army public schools is very low cost. It is funded by a lot of welfare funds. So it's a very low cost education for children and a high quality education for children. Army public schools are second to none. Their records are very, very good. So, and you also get children's education allowance, like a whole lot of allowances you get in army. One of them is children's education allowance also. But children do very well. What I've seen is that the army children do exceedingly well wherever they go. So that's it. Wish you all the very best in whatever you choose to do. I don't mean to say that all of you should join army, but whatever you choose to do, put your heart into your job and find your gods through your job. Love you all. Thank you for being here and listening to me.
Thank you, sir, for the illuminating talk. May I invite all dignitaries back on stage for the felicitation of our chief guest.
May I request our Vice Chancellor, Professor R.K. Sharma, to felicitate our guest. University publication, Transforming Higher Education, A Journey into New Dimensions, released on Honorable Chancellor's 61st birthday, represents our commitment to excellence.
Successful because of the contributions of many. May I invite Vice Dean Dr. Rajesh Khyalappa to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon all. I take pleasure in proposing vote of thanks for today's function. First and foremost, I would like to thank Lieutenant General Dr. Bhupesh Goyel sir, You know, once a teacher is always a teacher. I'm sure many of the students he has come across as a very inspirational teacher. Thank you for that. Thank you for giving us a great insight into the armed forces and armed forces medical services. We are very thankful for it, sir. And I would like to convey on behalf of all of us that we all are very proud of our armed forces and our armed forces service personnel. Thank you. So, and one more morning you spoke about a few things which were very, heart touching. I think one point is very important for all the students of this generation. You spoke about love for the patients, which is very important. Morning what Goyel sir said, you may have little bit plus minus in your diagnosis, you may have little bit plus minus in your management also, but your love towards your patient should be 100% true. That is what is most important. It was very impressive, very heart-touching thing. Thank you very much for that. I would like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rakesh Kumar Sharma sir, for inspiring us and giving us this opportunity to have this interactive talk. I'm sure which will go a great way in benefiting our students. And I'm sure, sir, many of our students would like to look for career in armed forces. I would like to thank Dr. Nerli sir, Dr. Shilpa Sharma ma'am for being great support for organizing this event. I am thankful to all the head of the departments, my colleagues, professors, friends, and of course, all the students. I'm very happy, I'm very glad that all of you participated with such an enthusiasm. I'm sure this will help you in planning your career in the future. And last but not the least, I would like to thank all the support staff who have been helpful in organizing this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for recognizing the efforts of many hands involved in organizing the event.
We seek your kind understanding for any unintentional errors that may have occurred. Thank you for being such a wonderful and patient audience.
Together, let us continue the journey of imparting knowledge with excellence.
Thank you.